Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We're learning a lot about each other.
Obviously, didn't come down here to tie a football game, but that's what happened.
Cowboys bringing 4. Glove throw an end zone touchdown. Romeo Dobbs again.
I'm pissed off. I'm very disappointed.
It's a no sack. They did that for y'all for the theatrics of it, you know, for the storyline. Yeah, like a tie.
For the tie, 34. And this one is good.
It doesn't feel good. It feels kind of weird, you know. It's my first time going through a tie.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. It's a tie?
I've never kissed my sister, so how's it taste?
Wait, they tied?
I'm not sure what to do with my hand.
Here's Jim Rutledge.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are presented by Coors Light at the Mountains of Blue. You know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
I'm Jim Rutledge. I have the power at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown. Primetime Morishine back at the Everlight Solar Studio. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. That's the Carl Talking text line. This is more. And I can't think of many things that are less satisfying than a revenge game for the Dallas Cowboys, Kenny Clark, Micah Parsons, and the Green Bay Packers that ends in a tie. I guess the easiest metaphor is the old slang, it's like kissing your sister, or the heavyweight fight that just ended in a draw. I mean, that was one of the most disappointing endings to a football game that I can ever remember. I guess that maybe the pop culture reference is Sopranos, when it just fades to black.
Right.
Because that game just ended, and it felt very unsatisfying from someone who is, I'm not quite a neutral observer, but I left it thinking, one, because my team actually beat the Cowboys, but also, what in the hell was that? It was a failure, in my opinion, on the defense, a failure on the special teams, and a failure in big moments between Matt LaFleur and Jordan Love. All three of those things failed in this game. That's how you lose to a team that has been allowing every quarterback they face to have a career day against them. And has allowed, I believe, they allowed 40 or 37 against the Giants, 31 against the Bears, and then 37 or 40, in overtime against the Green Bay Packers. Mm-hmm. And defense led by Coach Eberflus that Jordan Love has seen over and over and over again. And Mr. Mid, Dak Prescott, 31 of 40, 319 yards, 8 yards average per completion, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, sacked 1 time for 0 yards. A QBR of 94.4. Jordan Love, 31 of 43, 337, 7.8 average, 3 touchdowns, 1 sack, a QBR of 58. So Mr. Mid outplayed Mr. Love in Dallas.
Yeah, this is a loss. Like, I'm glad they didn't actually lose for their record and what it's going to potentially mean in the future. But right now, this feels like a loss, and it's incredibly difficult to even feel remotely happy about this. If you're a Cowboys fan, you're happy as hell right now. Like, I don't know how you wouldn't be. Yeah,
feel like a win.
This is a win for Cowboys fans.
Today, he said he counts it as a win.
Yeah, this is a win for Cowboys fans. This is a loss for Packers fans. Packers fans should be absolutely disgusted by last night's game.
Yeah, I'm disgusted with how it ended. The beginning looked great. Packers drove down the field twice in a row. Like, obviously, they missed the blocked field goal. Stinks because it was a 3-point swing. Mm-hmm. They returned it for the 15th time in NFL history. A returned extra point for 2 points. So that was obviously like a little bit of the the disappointing side. I mean, I was pretty happy with how the offense was for most of the game. They looked fairly efficient. They had their wall like they normally do.
But that's the problem, though. Like,
right.
You're trying to console yourself by saying, like they normally do, they had this issue. Like,
well, that's kind of where my silver lining is I'm like, if they can clean it up, if they can become a little bit more disciplined and have a similar kind of vibe to what they've done every single game in the first quarter of the game, if they're able to find that and hold it, this team, it looks borderline unstoppable. But the fact is they always come back down to earth in the second quarter, second half.
So why would you carry a silver lining for a team that with LaFleur and Jordan Love, this is who they are? They have like 2 great quarters or 1 great quarter, then they either take the foot off the gas, or the other team figures them out, or everything reverts back. Because you are talking about a team 2 weeks ago, Super Bowl expectations for this team. Mm-hmm. There's no silver lining. This is not some building team. This is a team with Super Bowl aspirations that went on the road, rolled their helmet out against Cleveland, and had to pay for it. And then against Dallas, couldn't meet the moment. And I think the game flipped when Jordan Love, with poor situational awareness at halftime, got sacked, did not have good ball security, fumbled that ball away, and Dallas scores a touchdown. That flipped the momentum of the entire football game. Sloppy play from Jordan Love and the Packers at the end of the half. Just like at the end of the Browns game, sloppy play from Jordan Love at the end of the Browns game cost them the football game.
What about Matt LaFleur and trying to be cool and get tricky when they're up 13-2, thinking that they're like unstoppable because they're up by 11 points? That was the first part that ticked me off. Is like, why are you ruining the momentum? You can start doing fun trick plays and pretending like you're the Detroit Lions and you're Ben Johnson and whoever the hell else does amazing trick plays in the NFL when you're up by 30 points. When you're only up by 11, what are you doing? That's when, like, everything to me started to kind of fall apart and collapse and just come to, like, a screeching halt at that point. I know they ended up putting up 40 points, but, like, they had to do that. That's just where I started questioning Matt LaFleur as I was watching that game. It's just like, what are you doing? You are not up by enough points to be messing around right now.
I just think he thought he was playing, like, Madden for a second. Like, I get it. Your first quarter, you probably could have gotten away with doing something like that, but you were clearly figured out by that time in the second quarter, and you could have just ran the ball 2-3 times and ran into the tunnel at halftime up by 11 points.
Yep.
Instead, you thought you were playing a video game and did everything in your power to give Dallas time on the clock.
The Packers also defensively were exposed in all the places we thought they were going to be bad before they added Micah Parsons. Lucas Van Ness did nothing. Rashawn Gary did butt kiss. The cornerbacks were terrible.
They looked like Joe Barry was the defensive coordinator.
It looked halfway decent when Hobbs was in there for a second, but then Carrington Valentine got in and was
garbage.
The worst football player on the field.
He was horrible.
Keyshawn
Nixon wasn't any better, though, because he just gave up.
Yeah, that big bomb from Dak, that lawn dart he threw. Keyshawn's just standing in the end zone like, oh, that looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was fooled that he threw the ball.
Yes.
Like, I'm close enough to the receiver. He's not going to throw it here.
Or lazy gave up like, oh, that's going out of bounds. And Dallas receiver runs and tracks it down. It looked like Keyshawn just gave up on the play like he thought it was going out of bounds.
Was George Pickens an elite receiver before this game?
Not this year, but as a player, he was.
He
looked elite last night. That's all I got to say
about him. He was always physically elite, but he had anger issues and some issues that weren't necessarily being a physical person.
I mean, he also had who was his quarterback? Russell Wilson. Was Russell Wilson on the Steelers last year? Yeah.
Kenny Pickett and Russell Wilson.
Justin Fields.
No, Justin
Fields. Yeah.
Yeah. Pickens is good, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, they made him look elite
he looked
last
like
night.
CeeDee Lamb last night.
Yes.
He is a good receiver, though. He would probably be, I think, the number one on the Packers.
Just imagine if the Cowboys had CeeDee Lamb last night. Good Lord. It would have been even worse.
So there's a lot to unpack there, and a lot of anger going to Rich Bisaccia and then no. And then you have, obviously, the blame wants to go on the floor. I still got to circle back to Jordan Love continues to be a quarterback you win with and not because of. He's getting paid $55 million. And at the end of the Cleveland game, he blew it. At the end of the half against Dallas, he had a monumental mistake. And then I want to get to LaFleur's comments.
I am curious, how monumental of a mistake is that? Like, he went for a pass and it got stripped. Those happen.
That's a boneheaded. That's situational awareness. You can't take a sack there. You can't allow yourself to get hit there. It's the end of the half.
He's better taking a sack there than what he did.
Sixth-year quarterback. You got situational awareness. He's not a rookie, because that's what I want to focus on here. At the end of the game, with what I can't remember exactly how much time was left, but
there's 28 seconds left with that
28
first
seconds
down.
left. Okay.
First down in the red zone.
No timeouts. The Packers clearly call a play that sends people to the end zone. And let's hear Matt LaFleur talk about this play before we talk about the play. So we'll get Matt LaFleur, because the Packers and every other team has a general rule in this situation. And Jordan Love is in his third year as a starter, his sixth year in the league. But let's hear Matt LaFleur talking about what their general rule is in that situation.
Yeah, that just goes to the level of detail where we're not where we need to be. There's 28 seconds left. We call a play to take a shot to the end zone. They played cover 2. We end up checking the ball down, so we have an on-the-ball call to send everybody to the end zone. And we knew that we used the term O-zone, saying that it's got to go out of bounds or end zone, obviously with time remaining. And just the operation was just way too slow. Like, I don't know if our guys didn't know we were in 2 minutes or what, but ultimately the communication's got to get better. Myself to Jordan to the huddle, and that's the bottom line.
And that play, the out of bounds or end zone, was not just for the Matthew Golden throw. That's what the directive was for Jordan Love with 28 seconds to go, because that's why they were all of a sudden rushed. He dumped it down to Wilson.
Stupid play.
Dumb, bad, situational football from Jordan Love, not knowing. And then he doesn't run around like his hair is on fire. Molly, just to get a little pre-show, what did you say Aaron Rodgers would be doing in that exact situation?
Aaron Rodgers would be, I don't know if he'd be upset, but he would be yelling at his guys to say, come on. Either get in the huddle, get on the line, wherever it may be. Did you see, I think it was it Tucker Kraft that lined up literally on the other side? He was offsides and then he came back on. Like, the situational awareness for everybody right there was off. But Aaron Rodgers would call those guys, say, here's what we're doing, here's how you do it, now get on the line and get ready. Like, that is what it would be. There would be leadership, done, that's it. That didn't happen last night.
I just can't believe that not everyone was like, let's get to the line for a QB spike.
And I think that's where people got confused.
Like, he tried to call a play. I saw him there, cross his fingers, trying to, call this hurry-up offense. Like, time is ticking.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. If you stop the play, there's a good chance you get one more crack at the end zone and then plenty of time to throw
They couldn't, though, because they needed to have that extra down.
No, it was fourth. Yeah, they had
if they had spiked it, it would have gone to fourth down. It would have been
fourth. Yes.
Yeah.
But still, I think that's what the play is up here now at Rich Steakhouse.
8.
I think the players
7.
thought
6.
he was going to spike it.
Oh my gosh, I definitely wouldn't have snapped it when I got to 6 seconds.
Thank God for Jack Sanborn.
Oh, thank God for a very
brutal,
a very honest clock manager at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, because I'll be honest, I'll let that run. I mean, Jordan Love is a half a second. Jordan Love, that's not even a full second on there. Jordan Love is a half second away from being a national punchline today.
Yeah.
Much like when Caleb Williams, everyone laughed at the Bears crapping down their pants and not being able to get a playoff at the end of the game. That's what that looked like. I think it was Detroit Thanksgiving where everyone was laughing, and Eberflus ends up, it was the last game before he got fired, I believe, with how poorly his quarterback, who was a rookie, handle that situation, and the head coach. Matt LaFleur couldn't do anything from the sidelines because there's no timeouts. Mm-hmm. So Jordan Love, again, bad situational awareness there. And Jordan Love didn't lose him that game, but if Jordan Love is him, or if Jordan Love is elite, or Jordan Love is the guy you win because of, you win that football game. That's my point on him.
Yeah.
He continues to prove exactly who he is, which is a quarterback who is good enough to win with, but not because of.
But if Matt LaFleur was as good of a play caller as people want to think he is, let's say prior to this game, right? Then you don't need Jordan Love to win you games. You don't need to win games because of Jordan Love. Like, if you are supporting him with good plays that give him the best possible way to show his talent and give him players in the way that Brian Gutekunst has, you don't need him to be him. You don't need him to be that guy.
I
You
agree.
shouldn't need to.
Or the defense, if it plays, this is what we talked about.
Yes,
First
the
week,
defense.
If the defense plays how it played to start the season, you don't need that out of Jordan Love. And it just goes back to my overall point on this team. The Packers are screwed as long as they're relying on Jordan Love to be elite to win the Super Bowl.
Because he's not Aaron Rodgers.
Because they can win a Super Bowl with an elite defense, and they have the players for it. I don't know what's happened this last week. Against Cleveland, they were still a hell of a defense.
Yeah.
They were put in bad position after bad position because the offense didn't do anything. We talked about Jordan Love's EPA.
Field position was awful.
Yeah, and Jordan Love's EPA was a negative EPA against Cleveland, which means he was a below-average quarterback against Cleveland. So, and that defense still kept them in the game. And if it wasn't for that interception, they win that game. This time around, obviously, I don't know what was going on with the Packers defense, but I would probably mark that as more of a blip on the radar.
I was going to ask, do you think that's a fluke, or do you think that's going to be the norm?
I think that's a fluke.
That's where makes me a little nervous. We go into this season, this August, we're talking about the Packers. We're like, oh my gosh, they've got holes at cornerback. Like, they have their safeties are okay. The linebackers, Quay Walker's still Quay Walker. We haven't seen him really get it done consistently. There was major questions about our defense going into this season. We got Micah Parsons, and it was like, oh, Super Bowl caliber now. I'm thinking we might have just came back down to earth after getting Micah Parsons.
844.
That's the nervous part for me.
844-770-3776. That's Carbon Stock text line. This is more. We've been talking about Jordan Love, Matt LaFleur, how the Packers ended. Honestly, even the end of the fourth quarter felt like they were playing for a tie, which I get in that situation. Then even in overtime, they said they weren't playing for a tie, but some of their play calls looked like they were playing for a tie.
My gosh.
A lot of screens and dump-offs.
Let's run the ball two, 3 times and just let that clock run. So it just made no sense.
I don't think Matt LaFleur trusts Jordan Love in big moments. But I want to ask you, our sign and limited poll question, who do you trust more in big moments? Jordan Love or Matt LaFleur? 844-770-3776. That's the Carbon Stock text line. This is more. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, live from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
What was I supposed to say?
I don't know. I wanted some validation. I was looking for a soft reach out. It was like I was trying to reconnect, have a chat with Evan, and I thought I'd get more of
You didn't need he wasn't asking my approval. It wasn't.
I was honestly just looking for
fishing for praise.
Yes, yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, absolutely.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
I wasn't sure if college was right for me. I worried that it would be too stressful or rigid, but I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, the atmosphere is relaxed, and the instructors are friendly and collaborative. It's such a cohesive environment. My advice to others, take a deep breath and go for it. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
When it comes to your health, do you want to buy something online or do you want to meet with someone local? A local doctor with a family-owned business that cares about you. That's right. You want to meet with Nestor Rodriguez and Ashley Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. You have questions about cryotherapy, red light therapy, hormone replacement treatments, GLP-1s, or you just want to have a great workout. Carbon World Health is there for you. They have a new location in Sun Prairie, and they have their original location in Madison. So when it comes to your health, there's nowhere better to go than Carbon World Health in Madison and now in Sun Prairie.
Every team needs captains and playmakers, and Madison and Dane County Pizza Hut locations are looking for both. They're hiring managers to lead the crew and drivers to deliver big wins and pizzas. Find part-time or full-time roles with flexible hours, plus full benefits for those who work 30 or more hours per week. Whether it's running the huddle or making plays on the road, there's a spot at Pizza Hut for you. Apply today at jobs.pizzahut.com. That's jobs.pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hey, Matt Hamilton here to tell you about the delicious Odyssey Brands, a family-owned company crafting award-winning cheese right here in Wisconsin for over 4 generations. Made with locally sourced milk, Odyssey brings bold, Greek-style flavors straight to your table. From savory, crumbly feta to rich and creamy Greek yogurt, every bite is a taste of tradition and quality. You can find Odyssey products at most major retailers nationwide and online. Odyssey, crafted in Wisconsin, loved everywhere, dairy done right.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Meet Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com, because your next Mercedes Sprinter van is waiting for you.
Cheer on your UW Whitewater Warhawks football team as they return home to face UW Lacrosse in a top 10 battle this Saturday in Whitewater. This conference opener kicks off at 1 p.m. Make plans to bring the family for Alumni Day and Family Fest at Perkins Stadium. Get tickets now at uwwsports.com. Experience national championship level college football this Saturday when the Warhawks welcome in the Eagles. Kickoff at 1 p.m. Buy your tickets at uwwsports.com. Warhawk football, powered by tradition.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Packer fans want the ultimate Lambeau VIP experience. Jim, Matt, and Molly are teaming up with Miller Lite to hook you up. Every Miller Lite purchase gets you an entry to win 2 tickets to the December 7th Packer game with us. That's right, Jim, Matt, and Molly. That's me, Matt Hamilton, Molly Brown. We're at Ruth's Steakhouse right now. We are giving you the VIP game day experience with exclusive access to the Tundra Trio pregame party. You and a guest could be living it up at Lambeau, Miller Lite style. All you have to do is head to any of the following locations to get yourself some Miller Lite. That includes Red Zone, Lucky's 1313, Village Green, and Pin Seekers. But we're at Ruth's Steakhouse in Middleton. Matt Hamilton, Molly Brown, Jim Rutledge with you. Primetime Warriors shine behind the glass. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. You can get into the show, 844-770-3776. That's Cardinals Talk text line. This is more. We are asking you, who do you trust more in big moments, Jordan Love or Matt LaFleur? That's our Siding Limited poll question. Donnie DeForest says, I'm a Cowboy fan. I don't consider it a win. The Packers lucked out in the final seconds. Their defense is good, but it's overrated. Ziggy and Kenosha, third down packages with 91 and 52 on the field, worked the first 3 games. Not one time yesterday were those 3 in the field or on the field together. Defensive coordinator, not so smart. That's Ziggy in Kenosha. I had a take on Jordan Love where I don't think you can really trust him in big moments. If he is the $55 million quarterback, if he is the elite quarterback that Packer fans want him to be, then he's a guy who doesn't throw an interception at the end of the Cleveland game, doesn't have a disastrous fumble, not knowing situational football at the end of the half, doesn't throw the ball to Emmanuel Wilson to run out the clock and have disastrous situational football at the end of overtime. If he is elite, then he doesn't do those things. Let's get out to Steve in Wanakee, 844-770-3776. That's Cardinals Talk text line. List is more. Hey, Steve.
Hey, how are you doing today?
Fantastic. We're hanging out at Ruth's. Could be better. Yeah, we got you.
There you go. Everything changed for me last night right before the half. I think the reason why we're frustrated today, if we're frustrated today, is we still think the Packers have an elite team with elite coaching staff. We don't. We're an average team with an average coaching staff, and we've had plenty we can draw on in the last 2 weeks to point that out. The only qualifier I would give you is this. We got a lot of injuries on the offensive line, and Watson and Reed are out. If all 5 of those guys, the 3 linemen and the 2 receivers, are full go healthy, could be a different deal. But I think they've shown us, average team, average coaches.
Thanks, Steve. I think that's a great take. Matt, I'll let you respond to that.
Yeah, I don't entirely disagree. I think there is. So we obviously have one elite defensive rusher. We might have like 4 or 5 like elite players on the team, but I think for the most part everyone's average to a little above average. And last night it looks like there was a bunch of below average players. Carrington Valentine.
Who are the elite players though? Like you said 4 or 5. Who are the 4 or 5?
Xavier, I think, is elite.
Dog.
I think Parsons is elite.
Dog.
I think there's a case to be made for Tucker Kraft, but maybe not quite yet.
On his way up. Okay.
He's trending towards elite, just like Edrin Cooper.
Right, Edrin Cooper. Right.
Edrin Cooper was
so there, like I said,
last night.
There's 4 or 5 that are like at least looking like they could be or already are.
I would say there are 2 unquestioned elite players on the Packers. That's Xavier McKinney and Micah Parsons.
Yeah. Oh, and then I would say Josh Jacobs has proven he can be an elite player. Can he do it week in and week out and after an elite season? He hasn't done it yet, so
isn't that that's kind of the definition of elite, though? It's the same thing with Jordan Love. Jordan Love can make elite throws,
right?
But he's
I suppose so. Maybe Josh Jacobs is just very good, and last night he was very good.
And they have a handful of very good players. Absolutely, I would say that Jordan Love falls into that as well. Jordan Love to me continues to sit as a quarterback who's between the 8th and 12th best quarterback, and I still haven't seen anything from him that says he can jump past that. But that doesn't mean you can't win with him.
I do just say, like going back to the caller, I think that they have a good team. Just I think they don't know how to fire on all cylinders every single game. And by that, does that make them an average team? If you can't figure it out?
Yes, I think that's part of it.
It's like the worst way to be average, where you have moments of being elite, and then you have absolute dog water plays. When you land in the middle, you're just average. Like the highs and the lows for the Packers seem to be very high and very low, where sometimes when you think of an average team, they're just like meh all game. Mm-hmm. That's not the Packers. The Packers love to be elite in the first quarter, and then they like to take an absolute dip in the dog water late, and somewhere in the middle they find their footing, or they don't, and they lose to the and I say dog water because they lost at the pound.
You said dip in the dog water. So
just seeing how it felt.
Okay.
So that's like I agree. I think they look pretty average, but it's such a weird average, which is where I say there's some silver linings. Like there was some elite play last night.
I get the silver linings, but this team has Super Bowl expectations, and a tie against a bad football team after losing an embarrassing game, it's hard to take silver linings when you're talking about the expectations you're holding this team to. We all agreed this team was a team that looked like they were going to be the – Tasha was telling me I was an idiot to say it was too early, that maybe the Lions were not completely out of the picture after week 1. Tasha was on here telling me.
Tausch wanted to write him off.
He said that the Packers are clearly head and shoulders above the rest of the NFC North. After 1 week.
Tausch is a homer.
After 1 week, that was a fair assessment. But to say that was going to be that way the rest of the year?
My whole point was it's too early to make such a grand statement, as the Detroit Lions are 3-1, put up what?
They've put up like 1 million points this season
already. But
already.
They put up 27 on Cleveland? Like the Packers?
No, they put up like 37.
37 on Cleveland. The team the Packers couldn't score on. So, mutuals, opponents.
But the Packers, to me, am I crazy? The Packers should be 4-0. The Packers should not have lost to the Cleveland Browns, and they should not have lost to the Cowboys. Yeah. They were 1 play away from beating the Browns. How long have they been down this season? I'm just curious in terms of actually losing. It's got to be seconds, it feels like.
Well, there's 6 lead changes yesterday, so there's a little bit, probably more yesterday than the rest of the season combined.
In the last 2 games, both of which they've lost, they led by double digits before the other team even scored a point.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, there you go. First quarter heroes.
It's a totally different story too, because obviously last night it was the defense that changed that game, but then the Cleveland Browns game, that was Jordan Love throwing an interception, giving them that momentum. That was Jordan Love.
Yeah,
but they should be 4-0. They should be going into their bye week 4-0.
Strip sack.
What? I'm saying the interception in the Cleveland
Browns game. Yeah, that was so brutal.
Yeah, and then going into the bye week, and then you play the Bengals at home, a Bengals team that doesn't have Joe Burrow. What the hell are they going to do at Lambeau Field? Put up 40 on them too?
The weird thing is, so I'm going to run this by you guys. I'll leave the grades to you, but we all agree Micah Parsons, week 1, Detroit, A+ menace on the field, right?
Yeah.
Washington?
I thought he disrupted plenty.
Okay. Cleveland?
Jaden Daniels didn't do anything, so yeah.
Cleveland?
Yeah, defense was great.
Not defense, Micah Parsons.
Oh, Micah Parsons?
A or B?
So, and then last night...
I think also you have to think of the presence that he brings.
Last night was wild. Like, I will say, it looked like the second he lined up, they would do something to make sure the play was going the other way.
Right, and so my point is, and this is not on Micah Parsons, but it seems like this defense needs Micah Parsons to be Superman for the defense to work.
And he was last night.
He was being double-teamed.
If he didn't get that tackle on Dak, they lose the game.
Yeah, so he had one sack for 0 yards. But I would say you're right. He made a nice play. But
it was a crucial sack.
It was a very important play, and he still played well, but he did not play A++, and that would be the concern I have as Packer fans, that Micah has to go out and be an abject freak in nature every game for this defense to work. Because that's what it looks like. He was good, but Dallas came out there and basically said, we're not going to let Micah Parsons beat us.
100%.
But somebody smarter than me, though. Like, how did the Packers not have any pressure on Dak Prescott for what felt like the entire game if he was being double-teamed the entire game?
How's she just going to leave me out of a question like that?
I said somebody smarter than me.
Exactly.
That could include you.
Yeah, I thought you assumed you were smarter than me, so you're like, Jim, I want your answer.
Somebody smarter than me, explain this to me. If Micah Parsons is getting double-teamed, why is somebody else not open?
Well, one, Van Ness and Gary are clearly players who are fully dependent on Micah Parsons. I'm guessing Schottenheimer, the coach for the Cowboys, is unquestionably, like, Dallas Cowboys offense has been good most of the year. Their lowest point out total was 14 last week, but that was an aberration. They got behind it, and I think they just struggled a little bit. Overall, he's a great play caller. Dak is a very good quarterback with great pocket presence. There was a couple times he did avoid Dak and make a play, but I think it's the play calling of setting Dak up, setting Micah up where he is going the wrong direction or going away from him, like you talked about, Matt. Like, there wasn't just the double teams part of it. It was like, we're going to maybe not double team him so we can man block everyone else, but we're gonna
boot away from him.
Right, we're gonna constantly go away from him to keep him off of his game and keep him from being able to tee off and trying to keep him on his heels.
Yeah, I think you said it best when the Cowboys' game plan was to not let Micah control the pace or be the disruptor that he was. Like, he's one guy on a field. If you just run everything away from him, like Dallas basically did yesterday, the one time they booted towards him, Dak almost got annihilated.
Yep.
So, like, they definitely knew what they wanted to do, and they committed to that game plan, and it worked out well for him. It was just, don't let Micah beat you when he's on when you're playing offense and he's playing on defense, and just sling the pill, because this secondary is not as good as
it looked horrendous.
Yeah, like, the secondary has looked better earlier this season because Micah has been effective and this defensive line has been effective. But the second that Micah was basically taken out of the game by avoiding him like the plague, this secondary got exposed.
I wonder, so I listened to a lot of the Cleveland game on the radio, and the Cleveland broadcasters kept saying there are people open downfield, but Joe Flacco keeps dropping his eyes because he's afraid to get hit. Now, Jaden Daniels is a mobile quarterback, so he doesn't fall into this, but Jared Goff is not mobile. That Detroit Lions offense, they dropped their eyes. They're afraid to get hit. And that game, Micah was a game wrecker. Dak is mobile enough. He's got good pocket awareness. He didn't drop his eyes and then, to your point, attack the secondary. If I'm a Packer fan, I'm worried that that's what other teams are going to do. They're going to say, you know what? Let's not let the fear of Micah Parsons beat us, and let's teach our quarterback, don't drop your eyes. If you keep your eyes down the field, you'll have just enough time to get that throw off. Because Dak had plenty of throws when Micah was close, but the Dallas Cowboy offensive lineman did enough to slow him, and then Dak was able to let it rip down the field. So I think anytime you're going to face a quarterback that can move a little bit, I think more and more teams are going to do what Matt talked about, roll away from Micah, but then also remind their quarterbacks, Micah's just a man. Our guys can chip him, slow him down, and if you get this ball out in 3 seconds like a normal quarterback should, you won't have any problems anyways. And I think that's what the other way it's going to be attacked. 844-770-3776. Ryan and Fort says they keep taking their foot off the gas every week.
Yep.
And then Matt and Madison says literally a second away from losing last night. Lucky the clock runner wasn't slow on that last play.
So one thing I will say about the clock runner thing, it's not like each individual team has their own clock runner. Like, this isn't high school football. Yeah, right. People realize that, right? Like, it's the NFL who runs the clock. So, that is an NFL official with a Rob Lowe hat on, being very not biased,
man,
and not allowing that to happen.
But it's less fun.
I was imagining someone who looks like Wooly up in the press box, like hitting start.
I thought I figured the guy had a cowboy.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say all decked out in Cowboys gear.
Beep boop pop pop beep.
Carbon World Health has 2 great locations, one in Sun Prairie, one in Madison. You can work out at the one in Madison. They have cryotherapy, red light therapy, all those great things at the Carbon World Health in Madison. At the Sun Prairie location, they have hydrofacials, and both locations have your ability to talk to them about GLP-1s and hormone replacement treatment. So Carbon World Health, when you're trying to live the best life possible for you, go to Carbon World Health. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
For a man's curly chest hair, taco meat sure is.
I told you. Jim's is like salt and pepper color.
Yeah.
It's saltier than it is peppery.
Yes, the part that shows is more salt than pepper. But in general, it's salt and pepper in general.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Hey, it's Molly Brown from Jim, Matt, and Molly. I've been drinking ZOA Energy for a while now, and I absolutely love it. ZOA is my go-to beverage when I need a boost without the crash that comes with other energy drinks. It's packed with natural ingredients like vitamin B and C, electrolytes, and has 0 sugar. It fuels my workouts and busy days. I recently had twins, and I have a toddler, so I need all of the energy I can get. Head over to ZOAEnergy.com to find the location nearest to you to pick up some ZOA for yourself. ZOA Energy for balance and drive.
Listen to Madison Money Guy every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. on 100.5 ESPN and ESPNWisconsin.com.
I like to refer to inflation as the silent killer. It's an invisible risk. It's just the idea that things get more expensive over time. You're going to need milk and eggs when you're in your early 60s and when you're in your early 80s. You're going to get a loaf of bread, and it's going to be more expensive 20 years from now.
Christian Finfrock is the Madison Money Guy. Call him today at 208-1800.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semrau with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Sari Marks.
Hello.
Welcome from Sun Prairie West. When did you fall in love with volleyball?
I started trying it out in 5th grade, and then about 6th grade I discovered club, and since then I've just kept on going up with it, kept trying to get better, and then with high school starting, it's been a whole new level and it's been really fun.
When you look at academics and athletics here, what makes Sun Prairie West special to you?
I'd say my classmates make it really special too, but also the teachers. I've had some really special ones throughout the years. Even my freshman year I took a class, AP Human Geography with Miss Dahlgren, and she still reaches out. She asks us to do mentoring stuff for the undergrades, and it's been fun to stay involved in classes that I've took even 3 years ago.
It's kickoff time at Metro Florida Madison, and we're bringing the heat with unbeatable truck deals. Get the 2025 F-150 Lightning with 0% APR for 72 months, $13.89 per $1,000 borrowed, or tackle any job with the 2024 F-150 or F-150 XLT, now at 2.9 APR for 66 months, $16.41 per $1,000 borrowed. These offers end September 30th, so don't fumble your chance to save. Visit MetroFloridaMadison.com and score your next truck today.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
This is Martin Sensaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Degree right at Madison College, which is exactly what I did. With special transfer tracks and agreements with schools like UW, you can save money, earn credits, and then move right into a 4-year program. Last year alone, over 4,500 students made the jump from Madison College to more than 600 universities. It's a proven pathway to success, and it all starts at Madison College. Start your path at madisoncollege.edu.
She's Molly Brown. I'm Jim Rutledge alongside Matt Hamilton. We're at Ruth's Steakhouse in Middleton. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Primetime Warsheim behind the glass in the Everlight Solar Studio. Get into the show 844-770-3776. You can stream us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream and the ESPN Wisconsin app. We do have a Siding Unlimited poll question. Who do you trust more in big moments for the Packers, Jordan Love or Matt LaFleur? Right now, 72% of you say Jordan Love, which is wild to me. Because Jordan Love, under big moments, seems to be a guy that falters. I mean, his interceptions are almost always under pressure. He almost has like a faux, I'm so calm, I'm not going to panic, but he seems to always panic in big moments. And I want to get to, Matt, your vote on this. But before we get to that, let's hear from Colin Cowherd, and then, Matt, you can chime in on our poll question.
Sorry, were you talking Colin Cowherd or Matt Hamilton there? I was trying to.
I wanted to hear from. I was hearing from Colin.
He wasn't listening.
No, I was listening to Colin Cowherd. All right, sorry.
I was calling for Colin. I should have set it up better for Ryan there. I was trying to set it up to get Colin Cowherd's audio. Then Matt can react to Colin Cowherd and the overall question. So let us know when Colin's ready.
Colin is ready. Colin, take it away.
So Dallas is 1-2-1, and Dallas feels pretty good about themselves. The Packers are 2-1-1, and they think the sky is falling. Take a deep breath, Green Bay fans. You are still, for the third year in a row, the youngest team in the NFL. In the last 2 weeks, part of being young is you can't figure out how to close out games against inferior teams. You just can't figure it out. The Eagles, the Chiefs, the Rams, they got veterans. They close out those games. That playoff experience, that wisdom. Green Bay is crazy talented, but Matt LaFleur isn't a head coach. He's a chaperone. This roster is full of 24, 25-year-olds. So again, young team, and this is the downside to young teams. Stoicism, temperament, poise. Green Bay still doesn't have that. Green Bay got a little high on their supply, and we're lucky to settle for a tie. What am I, Bad Bunny? All I know is this. They're good. They're young. They're talented. The coach, the quarterback. But their temperament, sometimes I'm not sure that they understand the game has a clock, the management of it. Matt LaFleur said after, we're just not there yet.
It's not tight. I'm not tight.
I know Mike Tirico said it last night on the broadcast, but the overtime clock, I swear to God, went at twice the speed.
It really felt like it.
All of a sudden, it said 3 minutes left in the game. I was like, whoa, they better get moving.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also with this, what Colin Cowherd was saying, I get it, they're a young team, and I get it that they need to have more veteran leadership and all that stuff. But is Matt LaFleur enough of a veteran to lead this team to success?
What success has he had that he can show you, hey, I've done this, trust me?
I would say it's not a veteran thing. It's more of is he a floor lifting coach, but not a high, maybe he's reached his ceiling. He can lift a
Which
team,
is a problem.
And I don't know the answer on it yet. But you can make a case for it. You had 2 MVPs with Aaron Rodgers.
during.
Yep.
Yeah.
So with Matt LaFleur, he had 2-time MVP seasons with Aaron Rodgers. They got to the NFC Championship game twice. They couldn't get over that hump. Now the quarterback play has come down from Aaron Rodgers, which is fine. I mean, it's no crime not to be Aaron Rodgers as a football player. But then the success for the Packers have come down. So you could make a case that LaFleur is a guy that is a great play caller and a good coach, but not a coach that can lift you all the way to the Super Bowl yet, because I think that was the knock on Andy Reid for a long time until he was that guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think Colin Cowherd's exactly right, and again, it kind of goes back to where I see silver linings in this game because they are a young team. Notoriously, Jim, you've talked about it, rookie quarterbacks don't know how to close out games. I'm not saying he's a rookie quarterback, but when you've got the youngest team in the league, you kind of look at them all as like very youthful. They're going to make similar youth mistakes to a rookie quarterback. So I totally agree with him that this team just doesn't know how to close down games because not enough of them have done it like for years, as opposed to like you have the Eagles or.
Okay, but that doesn't make you feel better as a fan because that just tells you you're going to have the same ending.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it does give me hope that maybe by the end of the season they've started to like figure out how that goes.
Every year they're the youngest team, and every year they don't.
Okay, so what veteran players should they have or should they bring in order to make last night not happen? Like, is there an
I don't
actual
think you can
answer?
just add one guy. I think a lot of these teams that are like, especially the ones Colin mentioned, they're fairly blended.
But
you've got your youth, but you've also got some veterans that are able to take some guys under the wing, calm guys down, hype guys up, make sure you get to the line when there's 12 seconds left on the clock.
Okay, so I know you love Jordan Love and all the things. Jordan Love is a veteran player. He has been on the Packers for 6 years. He knows this playbook in and out. He should be the guy that is controlling everything that's going on.
He had 30-some plus starts. Yeah.
He's a veteran. He's a veteran player. Like, he is one of the most veteran players in this organization.
Yeah.
He should be controlling things. He should be exactly what Colin Cowherd is talking about. I love that he's giving the Packers the benefit of the doubt and making Packers fans feel better by saying your team is young. You shouldn't expect a lot out of them is what I get out of what he said.
Yeah, but, like, defense closes games out, too. And Jordan Love can't control that. Like, you're right. Jordan Love has got to figure out how to make sure you put up points on your drives in the fourth quarter.
Okay, but wait. So, defensively, McKinney's a vet. Keyshawn Nixon's a vet.
Yep.
Nate Hobbs is a vet.
Mike Carson.
What's the cutoff line? Like, when are you considered
Lucas
a vet?
Van Ness.
Well,
let's go.
Like, I don't consider Lucas Van Ness a vet. He sat the entire first season.
I mean,
he played like dog water last season, and this is year 3.
I don't care the level of play, but
what's a vet?
Okay, fine. Quay Walker's a vet. Devontae Wyatt is a vet. Rashawn Gary's a vet. You also have, obviously, I said Nixon and Hobbs are vets, and so is McKinney.
Okay. According to my good friend ChatGPT, in the NFL, players generally considered a veteran once they have at least 4 accrued seasons of experience.
So everyone I listed.
Take that for data.
Yeah, no, I wasn't denying that, and you're right.
Vets.
Those are vets, but they have never. None of those guys are consistent like closeout guys. McKinney's came from the Giants. He doesn't know how to close out a game because they were never in position to.
So the Packers need players.
Once.
I was going to say the Packers need players that have made a deep run in the playoffs and or gotten to a Super Bowl.
Is it better?
Essentially.
Could you
What,
ask?
Ryan?
Could you ask how many proven vets do they have? How many guys who are proven dogs?
All right, so a couple things, though. One, I believe it was either Goody or LaFleur in the offseason said we can't talk about being the youngest team anymore. It's not an excuse. Because some of these young guys are pushing vet status, even with the 4 years.
Yep.
Specifically, Jordan Love can't use that as an excuse. 6 years in the league. He's into his third as a starter. A QB does not get the grace anyone else gets. If you're right, this is a very young team, especially on offense. But that's where Jordan Love, if he is him, which I do not think he is, I think he is a good, not great player. He has to lift the whole team. He has to be the one that is, in those situational moments, he can't be the biggest perpetrator of stupid mistakes.
Yep.
And in that game, in 2 situational moments at the end of the half, it's still, I understand it's a physical miss, but you still have to have pocket awareness, and he's smart enough to know when a sack is coming and get the ball in your hands. Just like against Cleveland, only throw that ball if it's a clear window. It's a very similar thing. Yes, Cleveland did a good job to disguise the play, but Jordan Love knows enough to don't throw a ball into a dirty window when you're leading. And then the other one is at the end of the overtime, throwing the ball to a check down and then not running up and spiking, or at least with your hair on fire, getting the one of the like there was so many. It was a parade of errors. Like any one of those things he could have fixed, he seemed panicked in the moment. So both can be true. They could be young, but I'm not giving that pass to Jordan Love. And I believe it was either Goody or LaFleur said we can no longer talk about being young.
That was Goody.
That's fair, but at the same time, like, you don't want your coach and your GM hedging, saying that, oh, well, we're a young team, so that's why this is happening. Like, they're going to get absolutely shredded by us.
Right. But
so, like, they can't say that.
But you could also brought in, for an example, I don't know if this is apples to apples, but the Packers brought in Banks, right? Right now it is looking one of the worst signings. It's early. One of the worst signings in the offseason.
Yeah.
You could have traded for Joe Thuney. Nobody stopped you from doing that. You would have had to give up a draft pick. I think Thuney costs less than Banks, or pretty similar. Thuney's been a quarterback or been a guard, all pro for Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes.
When was he on the market?
He wasn't technically on
June?
the market. Chicago went and got him.
Okay.
It was, I don't know when they exactly, I can look up when they exactly traded for him.
Well, I'm just actually wondering if Ed
it was right before free agency.
Policy's presence,
March 12th.
Yeah, if that was too early, where like Mark Murphy, in my mind, this is what I think. Mark Murphy was still making the decisions at that point in time, where he and Brian Gutekunst don't want to give up draft picks, but then, hey, Ed Policy takes over and look how many draft picks they give up to get Micah Parsons. Like, I just wonder if there's a connection there, if that's part of the reason why the Packers didn't go after somebody like that. I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever have the answer, but that's just, I don't know, coincidental.
Knowing Goody as well and the type of guys he likes. I mean, Joe Thuney, you mentioned, Jim. I mean, he's 32 now, right?
Right, but we can't use excuse of
No,
young.
I'm not saying I'm just
yeah.
the explanation as to why Goody wouldn't be going after a guy like
Yes.
that. And he would go after a guy like Banks because, especially after last year's playoff loss, he felt like the offensive line wasn't big and strong enough. Banks is big and strong, but he's just not healthy, which is a real double-edged sword, catch-22 for a guy who's supposed to be your starting left guard.
Yeah.
And so this is where the roster building gets tricky. It also gets to where you can't just crown a GM forever good or forever bad. Because Goody's had a couple nice drafts, but I don't know, Jordan Morgan looks like a terrible pick right now. Banks, it's very early, looks like a bad signing. Hobbs looks like not the answer corner, very early. And then you look at...
Wasn't this his first game?
It's not me, but it's not a guy who can't play. And then he left the game. And then you have...
Hobbs, no, he's played this season. Hobbs?
He definitely missed the first game.
Yeah, but he's played other games.
He played against the Browns.
He's been... but then he's missed half this game and missed the Browns game. And injuries are all part of this. And then you also have Belton hurt. And it's all early for these guys, but it doesn't take a lot for all of a sudden picks to go all of a sudden look bad. And all of a sudden you don't have this bench of great players. Christian Watts being another one. I would imagine he's not on the Packers next year. Reed is hurt all of a sudden. So you're good and you're young and you're exciting until you're not. The Packers are still – the only thing that's changed in my mind is the Packers cannot claim to be the best team in the NFC North. They have to They have to go out and do it. Not just even if they beat Detroit, they have to go and at the end of the year win it.
They have to win the division?
Yeah, to say they're the best team in the North, they got to win the division.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, isn't that what winning the division is?
Right.
Yeah, but they can't crown themselves early. Like we basically, even with Minnesota being as good as they were last year, people are still crowning Detroit early, and I think maybe Detroit thought they were that good early.
Yep.
The Packers, unless they have a serious change in performance, they're not going to be able to claim that before week 18.
So, Jim,
they won't win the division. They're just saying that. I can't trust them to say like this is the team that's going to be dominant for the rest of the year.
So as of right now, would you still say the Lions are kings in the North?
Yeah.
Is there a case to be made for any other? Is there a case to be made for any other team in the North?
No. I just didn't know if there was.
Okay.
I just was another way of saying that the Packers have not taken the crown yet. The Lions
have not.
And I get that they beat Detroit, but at this point, the evidence pointing to that was
an anomaly for Detroit, is what it looks like right now,
and for Green Bay, because Green Bay came out with their hair on fire, and we've seen it before. We saw Chicago do it with Khalil Mack. Now, Aaron Rodgers came back and, did Aaron Rodgers things, which, again, separates him from most other quarterbacks, and kind of put the fire out for the Bears after that game. When the Bears were up big and Aaron Rodgers came out and all of a sudden, but the Bears came out with their hair on fire, and they were all amped up. Packers came out hair on fire, ready to go against Detroit. I don't think the Packers have ever seen – I don't think Detroit's ever seen a Packers team that ramped up. They weren't ready for it. They got overwhelmed by Micah, and they got lost in the moment. I don't think that'll happen again, and I think Detroit has seen that as a wake-up call, and it's the wake-up call that I thought the Packers were going to have against Cleveland. That, to me, is the biggest concern of this game, and we'll talk about it more on the other side. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin App, and ESPN Madison on YouTube. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank, with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience at starionbank.com. Member FDIC. Wisconsin's current struggles leaving the fan base questioning its long-term effects. Despite its recent slide, ESPN's Adam Rittenberg on why UW has and will still be a prime destination for coaches.
I think there's a lot of respect for the history that Barry has created there, and I think a lot of coaches are going to look at that as a place, man, I just need to get this thing back to its identity. I need to reconnect with the state of Wisconsin and the alumni in ways that maybe this staff has not connected as well as they could have.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin honors trust and commitment on your behalf before, during, and after the sale.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. PellaWI.com.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just the priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and Southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Join Jesse Nelson and the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Sumrow, this Friday night at 6:30 as the Stoughton Vikings travel to the Edgewood Crusaders. Edgewood looks to stay unbeaten on the season as they set their eyes on a Badger Small Conference title. Again, it's 6:30 this Friday night on 100.5 ESPN or streaming for free on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear. Only with Packers checking. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Striving for excellence is exactly what we do.
Our suite of master craftsmen ensure every roof we install will last.
We believe in giving you exceptional results.
And the satisfaction and durability you want with your suite of metal roof.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Suita. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Suita metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Suita Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Greg Scalzo here for Buck & Honey's. This fall, Buck & Honey's is celebrating their 15-year anniversary with 15 days of giveaways. From October 6th through the 20th, they're giving away a huge prize to one lucky winner every single day. Buck & Honey's is beyond grateful for their loyal guests and the amazing team who've supported them over the years, and it's time to give back. Enter at any of their locations in Sun Prairie, Monona, Wanakee, or Mount Horeb, and follow them on social media for more ways to sign up. I'll see you at Buck & Honey's.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Hey, shady baby, I'm hot like the prodigal son. Big up Bartolini, meeny, money, mo, and flower, you're the chosen one.
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues live from Whiskers Steakhouse in Middleton. Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton, Molly Brown with you. Primetime Laura Sean behind the glass in the Everlight Solar Studio. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. You can get into the show, 844-770-3776. That's Carl's Talk text line. List is more. Our side and limited poll question, who do you trust more in big moments for the Packers, Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur? 75% of you say Jordan Love. I just expected the Packers to beat the snot out of the Cowboys the way the Lions beat the snot out of the Bears. When the Lions got embarrassed with their performance against the Green Bay Packers, and then they were upset, their revenge game.
They put up like 60 on the Bears.
52, I think it was, but they were mad that Ben Johnson left.
52, Molly.
Right, but they kept on.
It was a lot.
It was. And they kept on scoring. They didn't kick field goals or extra points. They kept on doing their thing. And so it was like, they just kept putting it on them. I thought the Packers were going to do the same thing to the Cowboys.
That's what they should have done.
Pile on points as a payback for Micah.
Then they started doing trick plays, and then it all went downhill from there, Matt LaFleur.
What trick plays are you talking about? The one where Jordan Love started to like bootleg scramble and then flipped it out to...
When Savion Williams got it, threw it to Jordan Love, and then Jordan Love did nothing with it? Like,
well, no one was open.
Just, okay.
You're right.
But why are you trying to be cute and be fun and pretend like you're something you're not when you are only up by 11 points? Like Jim just said, if you are up and you have 50 points on a team that only has 10 points on you, do whatever the hell you want. I don't care. Like, so have Micah Parsons be quarterback for a second. I don't care what you do. But you don't have the right to do that when you're only up by 11 points. You're not that good.
So I hear what you're saying, and it was definitely
there's no excuse.
Out of character, but you don't only bust out trick plays when you got like a 20-plus point lead. Like, trick plays are supposed to be sparks that get your offense going.
But Matt LaFleur doesn't know what his identity as a coach and as the coach of the Green Bay Packers is. I'm not saying it's as severe as it is with the Wisconsin Badgers, that they don't know what their identity is. But there are points in time when I am watching this team that I'm like, who the hell are the Green Bay Packers? What the heck is going on right now? And Matt LaFleur is a big contributor to that.
I mean, I don't think you're wrong in that regard, but when it comes to trick plays, you have, like, I think it's important to sprinkle some things in, different looks that's going to hopefully catch a defense off guard.
That's fine.
And I understand there weren't any turnovers on those. There were no, like, major issues. There's a couple bonehead plays by players like, I think, Matthew Golden on, like, an end around tried to, like, reverse field.
Yeah, that was stupid.
He ran
tried to do a spin
route
move.
to Savion Williams.
Yep.
Yeah.
Start the game.
He got lucky.
It was Wicks, but
I thought it was
he, like, stole that catch from Wicks, basically. You're not, like I said, Mike, I don't think you're necessarily wrong, but I like the idea of trying something new. Like, that offense at that point needed a little bit of a spark.
They didn't. They were doing perfectly fine. They scored 2 touchdowns.
They scored 2 touchdowns and then were absolutely stopped for the rest of the first half. So in the second quarter, after the first quarter concluded where they had scored all their points, they had not done anything great on offense.
So that's your move, is to adjust trick plays instead of just adjusting run the ball more. Do something different. Exactly what Matt LaFleur always says, I deviated from the run. I should have kept throwing the ball. Whatever it is.
It's
like,
not tight.
There were other options other than doing bonehead trick plays that then just mess up your offense. Your offense was humming. It was perfectly fine. You were still up on the Dallas Cowboys.
But they were stalled.
They had the chance to put up more.
This offense had been stalled, and I think Matt LaFleur is looking for a spark. And I don't disagree. He could have rained a little bit heavier.
Pretending to be quarterback is the spark that we need.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. No, it's more just me like, wow, Molly. Hey, Clouds, stop, get off my lawn.
Wait,
the ball
Clouds?
should be run up the middle between the tackles every single time.
You have clouds on your lawn?
Everybody's staring at us now. I feel awkward. Go to break.
This is Jim at 9% of my Coors Light.
Start your career where the road to success is paved in coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. We're now hiring crew members and hourly shift leaders at our locally owned locations. Dunkin' offers flexible schedules, employee discounts, health and dental benefits, and paid time off. Plus, bolster your resume with our own leadership training program and even scholarship opportunities. Up to $1,500 per semester. Text Team Spirit to 85000 or visit teamtmart.com/careers to apply. Dunkin', America runs on you.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's premier roofing, siding, and window contractor since 2002. Visit them at ridgetopexteriors.com. The Micah Parsons revenge game for the Packers ends in a tie as they leave Dallas tied 40-40, the second highest such tie in pro football history. What had been a dominant Packers defense so far this season gave up their season high with 436 total yards against the Cowboys. Here's what defensive leader Micah Parsons had to say about his unit's performance after the game.
Well, I'm pissed off. I'm very disappointed overall how we performed. I even told Jordan to the side, thank you for having our back today. Because today, Jordan played like the player he was, and we let him down. We didn't live up to the expectations on defense.
Make sure to listen back to all of today's content on the all-new ESPN Wisconsin app, and also read more from Packers reporter Rob Domofsky over at ESPN.com. Then, silver lining yesterday, the Milwaukee Brewers got their franchise record win, number 97, taking out the Reds 4-2 at AmFam Field. Brewers will be off until Saturday when they'll host the wild card round winner between the division rival Cubs against the San Diego Padres. Second off, Jim
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We're learning a lot about each other.
Obviously, didn't come down here to tie a football game, but that's what happened.
Cowboys bringing 4. Love throwing end zone, touchdown! Romeo Dobbs again!
Well, I'm pissed off. I'm very disappointed.
It's a no sack. They did that for y'all for the theatrics of it, for the storyline. Yeah, like a tie. It's for the tie, 34, and this one is good.
Doesn't feel good. It feels kind of weird, It's my first time going through a tie.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. It's a tie?
I've never kissed my sister, so how's it taste?
Wait, they tied?
I'm not sure what to do with my hand.
Here's Jim Rutledge.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light at the Mountains Blue. You know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
I'm Jim Rutledge. I have the power at Ruth's Steakhouse in Middleton alongside Matt Hamilton and Molly Brown. Primetime Wollersheim back at the Everlight Solar Studio. You can see us in the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. Stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. That's the Carbos Talking text line. Less is more. We have a Siding Unlimited poll question. Who do you trust more in big moments, Jordan Love or Matt LaFleur? Right now it is a landslide in the favor of Jordan Love.
That's my guy right there.
Jim, I know you alluded to it that you didn't agree with that take.
Yep.
Now, I do want to point this out for you. When Matt LaFleur had an elite quarterback, got to some big moments, and came up short. And a lot of it, people blame Aaron Rodgers for trying to force the ball to Devontae Adams. let's not kid ourselves. There's probably a very good chance that LaFleur picked these plays where Devontae was the first look, and he's supposed to go to Devontae. LaFleur has had plenty of chances in big moments and has not come up big yet, at least where it really, really mattered. Jordan Love also hasn't, so, I don't really think I trust either of them a ton, but I do think Matt LaFleur is fully cooked. I'm still a little bit on the fence whether Jordan Love is.
How many more games this year?
This season. He's got to finish this season out, and then I'll be able to tell you. That's what I said at the beginning of the year, and I'm standing with it.
Because through the quarter poll, he is the same quarterback he's always been. Good, not great.
Yeah. And
not elite.
Yeah, that great moments, really bad moments to average into that good role.
Okay.
That's where Jordan Love is living, and that's what stinks. Matt LaFleur is just a good, maybe better than good coach, but he has proven 0% of the time that he can get over the hump. He needs to be the guy on the team who helped players close out these games. You can't be on the field, but you can call plays that aren't necessarily let's play to tie, let's play to not lose this game. It's something that we say in curling all the time. You play like a younger team or a team that might not be to the level of where my team is at now. Or back when I was growing up and young, we were playing guys who were playing in Olympic trials and going to the Olympics. We would play to not lose that game. And what that essentially does is you just lose. You end up losing the game. You can't play so conservatively that losing by 2 is the same as losing by 100 in football and in curling. A loss is a loss. At the end of the day, it just goes on the score sheet as an L.
Okay.
So if you just sit there and try and dink and doink and don't take your chances when those opportunities arise, you're going to end up losing by a couple points or 1 point. And you can tell yourself oh, man, we just played the Olympic champs and we only lost by 2. The game was never within reach in the first place. And I feel like Matt LaFleur takes these leads that he's been getting in the first quarter and is trying to not lose it the rest of the game. And where is this urgency? Keep your foot on their neck. Keep the gas pedal down. You really want to play to not lose this game? Keep doing what's working and keep putting up points, because if you can go down and score on most of your drives the way they have in the first quarter, the other team's never going to have a chance to catch up.
So last night,
yes,
during overtime, when the Packers were doing who knows what as they were, 20 yards away from the end zone, would you have rather them make a couple pass attempts to the end zone and lost the game, or them play conservatively and tie it in the way that they did?
I mean, I think there is
based off your logic.
Well, on my logic,
experience.
What he did, he definitely was running the ball, hoping if Wilson or if Jacobs could get away and score a touchdown, great. But he was playing that game to tie. He didn't say it, but when you're down on the 20-yard line with a minute and a half left,
yeah,
and you're running the ball up the middle, you're intentionally taking that clock down.
So you would have rather him threw it and...
Well, there's definitely safe plays that you could throw over the middle to a slant route or something, get your 7-8 yards, and if they tackle them, you do the same thing. Clock's still running, you're still slowing down. If the ball is dropped, you can think about it. This is fortunate. We still have a minute to go do something, where he just let that clock go, and then when he didn't like the look that he saw on third down, he called the timeout where he didn't need to stop the clock. He lost his opportunity to stop the clock when the play mattered. How great would it have been to have a timeout after he dumped the ball off to Wilson?
So I agree with you on that. But what about the case to be made that Matt LaFleur doesn't trust Jordan Love?
I mean, I think there is definitely some essence in there in those play calls. That's why he's not giving them the opportunity.
That's what it looks like to me.
Mm-hmm.
What's so
it's
funny,
fair,
Jim?
but at some point, you've got to put your trust in your quarterback. And if he loses the game, he loses the game. What you're doing, I think, is more detrimental than just letting your guy rip. If Jordan Love throws a pick going for the end zone, oh, well, so be it. But if you're just going to, run down the clock and accept a field goal at the end and be fortunate that if Sanborn tips that ball in the air, clock runs out, game's over. You didn't even give yourself that opportunity. And that's all because you don't trust your quarterback. He needs to just throw the trust into him willingly and whatever, let the chips fall where they may.
Molly, there's a lot of text about you on the talk.
I know. I'm reading them all. I'm very confused. Apparently,
emotional.
My Molly's takes today are horrendous. Wow, way too much emotion into takes and no common sense. Yeah, I have emotion because I'm pissed about the game last night.
What did Molly say?
I don't know what I said. I don't know if this next one from Robin.
It was the trick play thing. It was your trick play take because I think that's a little crazy.
The trick plays are stupid. Matt LaFleur.
They ended up being poor plays, but they didn't.
A waste of 2 drives when you were scoring on every single drive in the game. You wasted 2 drives.
That was not their third drive, Molly. That offense had stalled at that point when they started throwing. Savion Williams whipped it back to Jordan Love.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry that you were happy with that play call then. That's why you're complaining about Matt LaFleur's play calling right now.
I'm complaining about how he does.
Everybody is complaining about the play calls that Matt LaFleur had today, but yet nobody's bringing up where he lost himself halfway through the game. What are we doing?
Jason in Sun Prairie chimes in. The 2 tight end run the ball seem to work fine. It's just too slow. They lose if they just run that. Defense seemed gas. O-line is cooked. Is Tausch still available?
I mean, seriously, at this point. I think I asked that last week.
Tausch, could you still block an NFL pass rusher?
I don't think he's trying.
I don't think you would want to do
that. Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton, 2 great locations. Madison's custom jeweler, Madison's family-owned jeweler, Madison's local jeweler. Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
Matt, you I don't mean this in a mean way, but you kind of look like your dog.
Moose is a handsome dog. So
you have beautiful
no
dogs.
offense taken. No offense taken at all.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on social media for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
Hello, I'm John Hayes, the owner of Goodman's Jewelers. It's been my pleasure to serve this community from this incredible store for over 4 decades. We stand upon high standards and classic traditions, pillars like honesty and integrity. Stop into Goodman's Jewelers, the longest-standing full-service jewelry store in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Huge savings on Dell AI PCs with Intel Core Ultra processors are here, and they're newly designed to help you do more faster. They can generate code, edit images, multitask without lag, draft emails, summarize documents, create live translations, and even extend your battery life. That's the power of Dell AI with Intel inside. Upgrade today by visiting Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Who knew caffeine could taste this good? With 5-Hour Energy Shots, caffeine just got a serious flavor upgrade. We're talking big flavor, from watermelon to strawberry, banana to sour apple, packed into a tiny 2-ounce bottle. You'll get as much caffeine as a 12-ounce premium cup of coffee with 0 sugar and 0 crash. And with 17 bold flavors to choose from, there's a shot for every mood. Find your favorite flavor in-store today or grab a variety pack online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon and give your caffeine a flavor upgrade.
Immediate live show streaming, a homepage customized just for you, the brand new ESPN Wisconsin app.
So does this automatically mean Super Bowl or bust for the Green Bay Packers?
No doubt.
Yep. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app.
It's all right to be critical, but to go as far as,
fire the coach.
Fire the coach is like ridiculous.
I agree. I'd like to see the person that said that.
Everything in the palm of your hand. Available in the Apple and Android App Store. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app today.
Planning a corporate event, private party, or team outing? Madison acts as your state-of-the-art entertainment spot.
Whoa, you nailed it.
Featuring 8 lanes of axe throwing, craft beer, and interactive games, plus digital target projection and scoring. For even more fun, check out their indoor backyard. 2,000 square feet of shuffleboard, cornhole, yard games, bar table games, and more. Book your corporate event or holiday party now, before their lanes fill up. Go to MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today.
Game day starts on Regent Street. Fuel up before every Wisconsin football home game at the Monster Energy tent. Grab free samples, snag some Monster gear, and get your energy up before kickoff. The best football pregame start with Monster Energy.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at princetonclub.net.
This is Martin Sensaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
It doesn't matter what I say, as long as I see
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues live from Ruth's Steakhouse in Middleton. Get into the show, 844-770-3776. That's the Cardinals Talk text line. List is more. Matt Hamilton, Molly Brown, Jim Rutledge with you.
I just feel fancy out, Ruth's Chris.
Be
with
careful,
my water.
because I've been waiting it out, because I went to take a sip of water, and it literally dripped straight down, because the
condensation
right in my lap.
Why don't you learn how to...
Looks like
give it a little shake first.
Looks
Jim.
like I urinated all over my pants. So.
You gotta shake it
That's why
first.
that's why I haven't gotten up.
Jesus!
The glass, Molly.
Yeah.
The glass. You shake out the condensation.
Yeah.
Learn how to swallow your drink, Jim.
It's a cork dork. 844-770-3776. How you get into the show? We had Rip and Rona chime in. What are we talking about? They put up 40 points, and their identity is to run the ball.
That's what their identity is when they're paying a quarterback $55 million is to run the ball.
And to throw it 41 times.
And Josh Jacobs has been garbage up until last night. Is that not what our conversation was last week, was saying how underperforming Josh Jacobs has been this season? Getting, 1.6 or 1.8 yards per carry?
It was 3, but it's his career low.
Yeah.
His average.
And that's what
Not
their
anymore,
identity is.
but...
Yeah, that's what their identity is now. Is to
well,
run
it
the
was
ball.
all last year. So, I understand, why are we changing a winning formula? But clearly that formula hasn't been working. The running the ball has been a bit of an issue this year. Obviously, last night was not. Jacobs looked as good as he ever did. He made 3 guys miss on that 12-yard run to the end zone.
And didn't Jordan Love look as good as he has all season too? Other than the final few plays of the game.
And the fumble.
And the sack.
And, granted, I know he saw a guy running off the field and there's 12 men, and...
God, he got so close.
That
my
pick
gosh.
that was so bad, and I was like, I'm very glad. Because I was like, Jim's going to mention this, and I was
thought
like,
of you, and I'm like,
he knows that it was 12 men.
I wasn't going to say, because it was clearly,
I was very nervous, though, that the refs were going to say, nah, actually, there was only 11.
But here, again, here's what I thought in the moment. I said, you know what, he knew it was 12 men on the field. But it felt like every time there was 12 men on the field for Aaron Rodgers, it was a touchdown throw.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
both times this year has been 12 men on the field for Jordan Love. It's been an interception.
Yeah.
The second he's allowed to freelance and just say, F it, I'm just going to trust my arm and go deep.
He really says F it.
It is a disastrous mistake.
Yep.
So we're both right.
Yeah.
You're right. Those are not interceptions, but how in God's name are those the decisions you're making?
Yeah.
When you have the free play.
Is it just because I'm so spoiled that for, 18 years of Jordan Love, 15 of him as a starter of Aaron Rodgers, that whenever he got someone to jump or had 12 men on the field, that he just dropped a dime.
It felt like it was a touchdown every
Yeah,
time.
it felt like almost automatic. And
I literally think of Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin's connection, where Mike Tomlin, he would call a timeout fast enough that they would literally be like, I knew you were going to do that. I see you. And like that was such a connection between the two of them, because that's what Aaron Rodgers could do.
Mm-hmm.
But also, how many other quarterbacks in the league can do that?
Again, no crime for Jordan Love not to be Aaron Rodgers. I just like to remind people that Jordan Love will likely not be Aaron Rodgers. He'll likely be a Dak Prescott-level quarterback, which I still think you can win a Super Bowl with.
I still think Dak Prescott is really good.
That's what
Matt is the only one that calls him mid.
Dak Prescott is not going to win a Super Bowl. And if you think Dak Prescott is Jordan Love, then I'm not entirely sold that in your eyes, if the Packers are capable of it.
I think Dak Prescott, if he was on the Packers, would be just as likely to win a Super Bowl as Jordan Love. I think in Dallas, you're 100% right.
Not in Dallas. Yeah, but to your point, I think that's part of it. That's part of the reason I think Dak Prescott is Mr. Mid.
And again,
because you put him,
he's better than mid.
You put him in 5-6 other teams, I think he's got Super Bowl aspirations without a doubt.
All right, let's get to Don't Quote Me.
We're not saying it's gonna happen.
Let it ride!
But if it does, then we want credit.
Say that again, because that is an amazing take.
I told you all.
If not, well...
Don't quote me, boy, because I ain't said...
Yeah, guys, and speaking of spoiling people, we spoiled some of our Don't Quote Me predictions last Friday when Matt Hamilton spoiled us with his presence from London. Not the one in England, the other one. When he chimed in with his Don't Quote Me prediction for Jordan Love, which, guys... Gotta say, we finally got a winner on the season, everybody. Our first Don't Quote Me. Yeah.
He hadn't done 3 touchdowns at 250 yet. I was just like, is it that bold?
So the prediction was from Matt that Jordan Love would throw for 250 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions.
You know what? That is fair. That if Matt was here, there's no way we let him get away with that. I'm glad you called yourself out on it, because not bold enough, but it was a good one.
I mean, he hadn't thrown 3 touchdowns
in
a game.
Okay, but Caleb Williams threw for 304 the week before, and Russell Wilson threw for 450 and 3 the week before that.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I would have bet.
I definitely thought about our opponent when I made that pick.
I definitely would have added money to if that was a line available to me, I would have bet that line.
Yeah, it would have been the favorite
if it was over under on that, you'd have gone the over.
Pounded the over.
Yes.
Okay. So I almost texted you guys immediately in our group chat after that fumble. Like, was it an interception?
Well, because honestly, if we were going to hold Matt's feet to the fire, it still would have been pretty good. So we would have made him do the top what Caleb and Russ did. That's kind of what I think that would have been.
I would have been like, okay,
that would literally be.
I would have jumped it to 300. Is what I would have done instead of 250
and 4 touchdowns.
And you would have not 4 touchdowns.
I don't know.
Well, that's what Caleb had.
I know. I'm saying
George's better than Caleb.
If he had said 300 yards, he still would have been correct.
They just have to make sure Josh Jacobs' touchdown streak continues.
I almost was there.
I think he's at 12 or 13 games now in a row.
No, it ended last week. He didn't score a touchdown.
He didn't get in the end zone last week?
Against Cleveland? John Fitzpatrick was the only guy who scored a touchdown.
Josh Jacobs?
Oh, yeah, that's right. No. It did end last week. I thought he had one of those
Matt
studies.
Was in Canada. What are you going to do?
No. Last week I watched the game.
Oh. I was trying to defend you.
Yeah, no, I thank you for that, but I'm an honest guy. I'll eat crow when it's my turn, and I was definitely obviously wrong about that.
Okay. Well, speaking of Josh Jacobs, the other 2 hosts in the show had a lot of faith in Josh Jacobs this week against that Cowboys defense. Molly saying that Josh Jacobs would get over 100 rushing yards and that Matthew Golden would get his first 2 touchdown catches of the season.
This guy can't score.
Josh Jacobs, 22 carries for 86 yards. He also had 71 yards through the air, so his total yardage did look pretty good. And then Matthew Golden had 5 catches for 58 yards, including mossing one of his own teammates on the first drive of the game. So, an impressive performance for Matthew Golden, but not living up to Molly's standards. Molly, what do you have to say?
I swear I thought that Josh Jacobs had more yards than that. But I guess not.
He had a lot of the check down screen passes that he was very explosive on. 4 catches for 71 yards. He was making hay in that category.
All right.
Yeah. All right, and then Jim also even more bold when it came to Josh Jacobs, saying that he would get 130 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. Jacobs did get 2 touchdowns, though. So he was effective, but he obviously wasn't breaking many plays in the run game. He wasn't breaking many explosive runs. I actually saw that at one point in the third quarter, he had a 19-yard carry that set up his first touchdown of the game. And that was his longest carry of the season so far this year. And it was also his first carry over 10 yards since the season opener.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's not good. But that 12-yard touchdown rush or whatever it was like from the 8 or the 12 or something. That was one of the nastiest runs I've seen this year out of like a lot of running backs. He made 3 guys miss.
Yeah.
And like not just miss, they looked silly. He almost went in untouched.
Going back to the identity question, do you guys think that when and if the offensive line gets healthy, that their identity can still be running the ball with Josh Jacobs?
I think I voted on this. We asked something similar last week. Yes, the Packers are the most effective when Josh Jacobs is good.
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And I do think the offensive line is holding him back a little bit with the injuries.
How much faith do you guys have the offensive line will get it figured out this season?
Here's the concern. Aaron Banks wasn't good to begin with. Like, it was a questionable signing, and now he's hurt.
Constantly.
Yeah.
And Morgan is not capable right
Nope.
now. Does not look like a capable offensive lineman.
Mm-mm.
And I don't know how hurt Zach Tom is, but I don't know if you're going to get 100% Zach Tom. So can the offensive line get better than it currently is? Yes. Can it get to the point where Jordan Love's going to, like back to peak Jordan Love when he had that 8-game run? The offense, he was clean, and he had open guys to throw to. That's Jordan Love at his best. Is the offensive line going to be good enough to be able to do that against, let's say, Philadelphia? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't even want to think about it. Not at this point.
Against some other teams, sure. But against the teams, if we're holding the Packers to the Super Bowl standard, which we said we were going to do at the start of the year, this ain't it. And the offensive line looks far away from it, even if they're healthy.
Yeah, and guys, I will say the defensive line did not show up in this game either. Because I predicted that Dallas would rush for less than 100 yards for the first time this season, and that both teams' D-lines would kind of eat because I said there would be 10 combined sacks in the game. The Cowboys rushed 26 times for 117 yards. Pretty good game on the ground for them. And then there were 2 combined sacks, including a sack for 0 yards lost by one Micah Parsons.
Quarterback tackler.
Thought about you, Matt, when it happened, though. It still counted.
Oh, my gosh. The funny part is during the game, last night, I watch. He runs, right? He takes off. Micah Parsons tackles him. And they're talking like, oh, that was a sack. I thought for sure they were on the 5-yard line, and then the next play after the sack, quote unquote, they're on the 4-yard line. I was like, did he gain a yard and they're trying to argue for a sack for Micah Parsons? After I looked back this morning, they were on the 4, and it was literally 0 yards. But I was like convinced for a little bit that they just wanted to say he got a sack on Dak so bad that they were like, yeah, it's a questionable spot.
Dak Prescott's post-game interview was funny. I don't know if you guys stayed up long enough to watch that. One, it was super awkward that it was Jordan Love post-game interview, and then it was Dak Prescott post-game interview. But when I believe it was Melissa Stark was a sideline reporter, and she said, "Oh yeah, Micah got a sack on you," and he's like, "What? That wasn't a sack? They counted that as a sack?" Like he was shocked. So, yeah, game-saving sack though.
I do have some of his comments from after the game if you want to hear him quick.
Who? Dak?
It's no sack.
0 yards.
That's
a sack. It's a sack with 0 yards.
Yeah, they did that for y'all. They did that for y'all for the theatrics of it, for the storyline. Yeah, like a tie.
Mr. Mid, Dak Prescott and Matt Hamilton of one mind. Are of one mind, maybe? Same take, Matt?
I mean, a little bit. That's why I sent that exact clip to our group chat earlier today. I was like, yeah, Dak knows. Dak gets it.
Dak knows ball?
Yeah, you know what? Dak might be. He might be growing on me a little bit.
So, just randomly, and I don't know if we did poll it or not. We can ask it, but I heard it in the broadcast and I found it interesting. 844-770-3776. Cowboys Talk text line list is more. Is being the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys the toughest position or toughest place to be the starting quarterback for?
Yeah, 100%.
I think the Packers could be up there, though, because if you're coming from a long lineage of Bart Starr, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
But you could go the other way, too.
But, look at, there's 30 years between Bart Starr and Brett Favre that they were a dumpster fire at quarterback.
You also could go the other way of like the Jets, the Browns, the Bears.
Yeah.
Like there's so much pressure on you.
Yeah, you're going to be under a lot of criticism.
I mean, look at Jackson Dart right now in New York for the Giants. I mean, everyone can't stop talking about how he's replaced Russell Wilson already.
Dable loves him.
But I think
he wrote a poem for him, didn't he?
I agree it would be the Cowboys mainly because of Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
It's the thing that pushes it over the top.
Yeah.
Quote unquote America's team.
Yeah, he just puts so much. There's so much like added pressure to it, and Cowboys fans, to Jerry's defense, like there's a lot of fans that are Cowboys fans from all over the country.
They are. I mean, I'm not going to say that they're the only America's team, but they are America's team. Like
Yeah,
Dallas Cowboys.
definitely. So that's why part of me, like if you were to go to Europe and ask somebody about football or just like name the first team that pops into your head, I would say a lot of those answers are going to be
That's changing
Cowboys.
with all the overseas games.
Yeah, but I bet you still
see all those Vikings and Steelers fans yesterday. Sheesh.
Yeah, but they're still. But I think if you just grab someone, they go America, they go Dallas Cowboys, New York Yankees. What would you do for basketball?
Lakers.
Yeah.
I mean, it could still be the Bulls because Jordan's still pulling.
Yeah, true. You're right.
But like, those are kind of. That's it. I mean, that's what you know from sports.
Yep. Brewers.
America's team.
So they've always said that.
Yes.
Antanasio's always been saying that.
All right, we're going to throw some stones on the other side. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Hey, this is Matt's Chicago Doppelganger. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
At Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction, you won't have to worry about your old lawnmower pulling a hamstring. They make buying and selling easy. Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction is simple, reliable, and unlike your fantasy team this football season, they'll actually deliver. Have equipment taking up space? Let them be your surplus solution. You send it in, they list it, people bid, and you actually win. Bid, buy, sell, and score big today at WisconsinSurplus.com. Because winning isn't just for game day. WisconsinSurplus.com.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
The search for luxury begins at Audi Madison. Save $5,500 when you purchase or lease a new 2025 Audi Q7 55. National customer credit is good toward the purchase, finance, or lease of a new Audi, but is only available until September 30th. Stop in and test drive today. Check out AudiMadison.com to see current inventory and specials. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
At Hard Rock Casino Rockford, the unforgettable experience goes far beyond the casino floor with the luxury of their dining and entertainment. Savor prime cuts and fresh seafood at Council Oaks Steak and Seafood, or explore 7 unique dining venues that deliver flavors from around the world. Then let the night ignite at Hard Rock Live, where the world's greatest acts take the stage. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, let's hard rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Striving for excellence is exactly what we do.
Our suite of master craftsmen ensure every roof we install will last.
We believe in giving you exceptional results.
And the satisfaction and durability you want with your suite of metal roof.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Suita. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Suita metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Suita Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Cheer on your UW Whitewater Warhawks football team as they return home to face UW Lacrosse in a top 10 battle this Saturday in Whitewater. This conference opener kicks off at 1 p.m. Make plans to bring the family for Alumni Day and Family Fest at Perkins Stadium. Get tickets now at uwwsports.com. Experience national championship level college football this Saturday when the Warhawks welcome in the Eagles. Kickoff at 1 p.m. Buy your tickets at uwwsports.com. Warhawk football, powered by tradition.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
This is Martin Selsaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Go be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Millions of dollars are won every single weekend at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Go be a winner and go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton, Molly Brown with you. We're at Ruth's Steakhouse in Middleton. Stream us on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. You also Primetime Warshon behind the glass at the Everlight Solar Studio. Before we get to throwing stones, Chase Daniel with this stat. The Cowboys have the number one offense, allowing 404 yards per game. Worst defense, allowing 420 yards per game. So,
damn,
yikes! Really, just bad all around. Because the Packers defense should have locked up Dallas, and then the Packers offense should have scored on Dallas. One of the two teams did what they were supposed to do.
Yep.
Or at least sides of the ball. All right, let's get to throwing stones.
1, 2, 3, up.
Some takes are cooler than others.
You know this kid is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Some opinions are just cooler than the rest.
That was cooler than being cool. Ice cold.
And if you keep it chill, then it's a cold take.
Chill out. I'm chill. I'm chill as a cucumber, man.
I'm always the coldest.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia Madison, Madison's chillest Kia dealership.
All right, I have a stone. I'm very disappointed. The Badgers, Kirk Penny, is leaving the program. He's going back to New Zealand, spend time with his family. Makes sense. I might want to leave the country too. So I get it. Kirk Penny understanding he wants to get back and spend time with his family. But Kirk Penny, Ryan, correct me if I'm wrong, widely credited with this change of offensive philosophy for the Badgers and even helping them in recruiting, especially with some of the international players, correct?
Big time.
All right. So that's a bummer. And then I got a kick in the shins. Because the Badgers dipped back into their least successful era.
Keep going.
Their least successful era of playing basketball.
Like the dog water era?
That was the Brad Davis. And they have brought in Captain Tryhard, Johnny No Good, Brad Davison back to the program to be an assistant coach.
Is he just going to be taking charges on the bench? Or what's he...
And I wanted to vomit when someone's like, maybe this will be a great guard or Bo Ryan, a great guard transition.
Oh, my God. Brad Davidson becomes the head coach.
Oh, my gosh. Even if he has success, Jim would be like, this. When are we going to move on from this guy?
Jim would die if that happened. Oh, my gosh.
There's been players that have not been awesome on the field and turned into decent coaches.
Yeah. How many tryhards did you like playing for?
I don't know. If your coach is trying hard, you can feed off that as an athlete.
People roll their eyes on pretty quick.
Maybe, but he is working with kids, right? These guys are
paid professionals now.
Yeah, but they're still 18 to 22. They're impressionable. So showing that you got some try hard and you mean it and you're going for it. Here's the thing: he might be a try hard, but I think he believes everything he says. He's just wired like that.
God.
But you're not wrong.
At least they still have Joe Krabbenhoft.
That was the kiss of death right there that you just said that out loud.
I know, but Joe's Joe's a guy.
Jim.
I'll put it like this: Joe's a guy you watch play basketball. You'd be I can play for him. He's setting those screens that knock the soul out of a human being.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a classically tough guy that played hard it took a lot of charges without having to make a scene about it.
Right.
Because FYI, Demetric Trice took more charges and more effective charges than Brad Davison did, but Brad made a big deal.
Hullabaloo on him.
Brad Davison was the king of the you would get punched in the face screens if you were playing.
Hey, he's not punching him in the face. He's punching him somewhere else, Jim.
Yes. But yeah, he would punch. But he was the classic you hate playing basketball against this guy because it's the screen where it's the charge where I'm sliding underneath you that might injure you.
Yeah.
Sort of blocks or charges that he takes. Not the Demetric Trice, I'm faster than you and I'll get to your spot first and you'll run me over. Brad's more of you're almost in the air. I'm going to cut in front of you and maybe wipe out your knees, but I can't play defense, so I'll just do this. That's Brad Davison as a basketball player.
Was Brad Davison overseas recently, or what was he doing? Ryan, you probably know.
I blocked him. on everything.
I can't say I follow every former Wisconsin basketball player's international exploits.
You don't?
I think he was in one of the European leagues for like a moment, and then he came back and started being an assistant coach.
Don't ask Ryan to do this, because last time he guessed on a European country for a star player, he Vogelcube.
That's true. That's true.
Did you guys see that DJ Dukin just like retired too?
I love DJ Dukin.
But okay.
Dukin ball.
But that's the thing is like, wait.
Maybe he'll come back.
I didn't know he wasn't retired.
He's been playing overseas.
Okay, fair.
So I don't know.
He's got a great basketball
in
pedigree.
Serbia.
He does. I think he was playing overseas for like 9 years.
And his dad was a lead scout for the Chicago Bulls.
I do remember that. Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, he actually just posted a video, like a retirement video. I didn't watch it. I just briefly saw it. And he was like sitting in chairs that had the Bulls logo on it. So he had to be like in their facilities.
And I guess Ben would be the best answer because I think he overlapped with Douillet. Douillet was like the Rob Wilson All-Stars. Some guy, like Rob Wilson once had 33 points in a Big Ten tournament game. But like otherwise his career was kind of nondescript. But those were the guys, him and Douillet were two guys that would like light it up in practice. But under Bo, they didn't play the way that Bo wanted to play, so they didn't earn the playing time. It wasn't like unfair. It's just like very much Bo has a system. You need to play the defense and play the whole system. And neither one of those guys did that properly, but those around the program would say those guys could ball. Like, great basketball players, which would be evident by the fact that Douillet had a 9-year career. And he got a cup of coffee, at least with the G League and the NBA a little bit.
Cup of coffee. How excited are you for Badgers basketball this year then?
Less excited now.
I mean, come on, Jim. Like, you're not going to have anything to cheer for other than Wisconsin volleyball.
I'm actually so bummed out because I was so excited for this team, and now I got to see Brad Davison on the sideline.
We should try to get him on the show. God. Get him on the jump around.
No. It's no fly zone. If you guys want to have him on, I just won't be on the show.
We're not on the jump around, so you don't have to worry about us.
Have him on this show.
Oh, God.
Just me and Molly run the...
But I think...
Run point.
Yeah, the way you did, Brad.
I don't think he falls under A-lister in-house, though. So.
Oh, my gosh. Assistant coach for the Badgers?
Like third assistant.
Hey, that's still more ins than we currently have.
We could get Joe Krabanoff.
Okay.
Take Joe Krabanoff. Maybe not after I just ripped their assistant coach, but...
Yeah, right? Yeah. I mean, to be fair, at least you're consistent. You've been ripping their assistant coach and former player for his entire career.
Yeah, Brad Davidson is representation of everything that was wrong. Like, Badger basketball was bad when he was their best player.
So, guys, I did do a little bit of digging to where Brad Davidson's been. On August 2nd, 2022, he signed with... 1 second.
I did a little digging, and I got to do a little more.
I found a date.
I need a little help pronouncing this one.
Without luck, Katanaya.
Of the, that was the Lithuanian Basketball League, guys. Vogelcube out of Lithuania, or actually the Serbian League. In Davidson's first professional season, he averaged 13.7 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 3.4 assists. So he was
Same player.
Yeah.
Right.
Same player. He was in Wisconsin.
The fact that you got Lithuania and Serbia confused for a Bucks player just blows my mind.
Well, he's not really a Bucks player. I don't think he's ever going to suit up for the Bucks. So.
But
I thought he was trying to get here this year.
Is he? I don't... Okay, well...
You want to talk about Bucks basketball? Should we be depressed on that, too?
Giannis got COVID.
What?
They had media day, yeah.
Yeah, that's why Giannis wasn't at media day. He's doing it. He's fine. No, apparently he's doing a Zoom call. But yeah, he'll miss a little bit of practice to start because he was saying he was bummed out that he won't be there with his teammates to start everything up.
Damn.
Actually, no, Shams just reported that COVID's fake, and he's just trying to get traded. Totally kidding.
Yeah, he's in New York right now.
He's social distancing from the Bucks.
Breaking news. Shams reports that Giannis is social distancing from the Milwaukee Bucks. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly.
It's not like
That'd be fun.
Like not like a compound, not even like one big, like a compound where everyone's got their own house. You got your own thing.
Sounded a little creepy.
Yeah, it's getting a little weird.
But you have to wear the white robe that's provided for you on the bed.
Actually, what I'm saying is, who's coming with me?
If it's on Jim's dime, I'm good. Yeah. Like, I'll wear the white robe. I got it.
On 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin App, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
At Siding Unlimited, we're really excited for the fall season. Not only are we proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, we are also fired up for an exciting fall season cheering on football and volleyball. If that's not enough, we're really excited to share with you that Siding Unlimited is Wisconsin's best window and door installation team. Siding Unlimited is a Pella Platinum Premier National Contractor of the Year award winner 5 times. Looking for new windows and doors? Visit us at sidingunlimited.com or stop by our beautiful showroom in Madison.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
I'm John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. We've been at the heart of many magical moments, from engagements to weddings to sweet 16s. It warms my heart to be a part of these moments for 40 years with people I consider family. With the highest standards and an eye for classic beauty, enjoy a warm boutique setting at Goodman's Jewelers, where integrity shines in every gem. At 220 State Street, Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store in Madison, since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code CLEAN to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code CLEAN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code CLEAN for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696. And manage your diabetes as easy as...
This is Martin Selsaker from Norway. You're listening to Jim, Matt and Holly on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
I don't have much to say. I'll be out front. What you come spoil my night? Feelings come into play, and I'm thinking this happens every time. Spoil my night, spoil my night, spoil my night, my night. Spoil my night, spoil my night. My necklace had a natural glow. She dancing in the strobe.
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues live from Ruth's Steakhouse in Middleton. Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton, Molly Brown with you. Primetime Orshine back at the Everlight Solar Studio. We're on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream, and we're thrilled to be joined by the all-time leader in sacks in UW history. And for the first time I've been hosting with him, I get to say UW Badger Hall of Famer, Tarek Solid. Tarek, well, thanks for having me.
Thank you. It's great to be here, man. It's great. Look at the weather. It's unbelievable. Mm-hmm. It's probably the best thing going with our sports team struggling. But yes. I'll take joy in the weather. We'll have some fun here at Ruth Chris. It's awesome.
So Tarek, obviously my first co-host here. So I don't know if you guys have any complaints or any things you want to run by Tarek, because Tarek was the first one I hosted with Tarek and Derek 17 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, because that's when I got here, 2008.
It's amazing.
So all those
we
quirks
survived.
that Jim has are because of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great. Thanks.
We knew how to get him revved up. Get the bear talk. And, everything. So we know where the
so
bones
he
are
learned
buried.
that from you, and he gets me all revved up now.
Oh yeah,
He
well,
is
you guys
taking
are
your role
awesome.
in
You
that.
guys are awesome. It's great rivalry. He even got his Bears colors on today.
I
man.
do.
Come on.
I do.
This is awesome.
If he didn't have the cool Jordan 1 shattered backboard shoes, I would be upset about his outfit. But
they're black and orange Jordan 1s.
Yeah.
Those who can't see them on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream.
Lift your leg up.
Yeah, come on.
Give us
Show
the
some
COVID
leg.
toe.
Goodness.
Oh, God.
All right, there we go. There they are. Got the leg
Yeah.
up. All right, there we go. The Jason Kelsey toe. Have you ever had turf toe?
Yeah.
So how much does it hurt? Because Jason
It's
Kelsey
awful.
was talking about it, that it sounds like a kind of a wimpy injury.
It does.
Yes.
But you don't realize how many different they say turf toe, but there's so many different levels
So what,
of
like
turf
Joe
toe.
Burrow had basically the tendon or ligament that connects his big toe to his foot just ripped clean off.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
It just never goes away. Because you're always using it.
Yeah.
It just never goes away, and you're just struggling with. That's why you got to take time off and just let it heal because it's just miserable.
they need a better name for it. Was kind of what that's what they brought
Well,
up on
just
the new
say
Rice
there's a
Box.
torn tendon or
Right.
a strained tendon in their foot.
Yeah.
What about plantar fasciitis? Is that?
That sounds gross, but it just sounds like athlete's foot to me.
But that's like
Like I wouldn't know what plantar fasciitis is.
all the foot
It
ones.
never goes away.
What was it Liz Frank? Yeah, that's another one too. Channing
But that one, I like it's the very non-scientific turf toe. Liz Frank was based on something, right? Plantar fasciitis at least sounds scientific.
So
turf toe.
Well,
it sounds like okay. I let my son name this injury.
yeah,
He's
right.
3.
Yeah. Channing Crowder with Miami Dolphins had the best joke about the Liz Frank injury because he talked they're asking about what is it? And he had to miss the season with it. He's like, man, I don't know who that Liz Frank was, but she must have been some sort of B word because this injury is horrible.
Yeah, fair.
That was my favorite quote on the Liz Frank midfoot injury.
But the Bears still suck, right? I mean, they won, but I was texting you, man. I was nervous
But
about that whole game. Not that I care, but you know what I mean. I was nervous for you.
I've said this to some Bear fans that flipped. Usually, I have to defend the Bears crapping the bed on national TV and tying a team they should have beaten the snot out of and almost blowing the game. And the Packers are the ones that just find a way to win. Now, Ben Johnson seems like a coach that is starting to change the culture. And we're going to talk about this with the Badgers tonight. After the game, Kevin Byard for the Bears said, we needed this win. We talked about changing the culture. This is how we do it. We build off of this. How important is that with a team that, the Bears have lost a lot of games? Here, I'll give you the stat. Ben Johnson, in 4 games, has now won more road Sunday games than Matt Eberflus ever won. That's how bad the Bears were. So, to change a culture like that, and the Badgers are in that right now, how do you do that?
Well, it starts off by wishing you could win, and then you hope, and then you you could win, right? And you got to change that mentality. It's a process. It's culture. It's finding a way to get the team to play together and get that mentality of knowing every time you're out there, you're going to win the game. I mean, and I think that's a big culture shift that a lot of teams have struggled with, and we're the Badgers. We're in that wishing stage, which is not good. You don't want to be wishing you could win. So you got to clean things up.
Matt, you could talk about that too, as far as going from thinking you can win to winning.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely times in my curling career where, we were wishing for a win, and it's definitely is a long transition. It's not something that just happens. You can't just win one game and be like, okay, we're winners now. It's no, now you got to go out and prove that this mentality is what's going to continue to work for you. And it's one of those things with any sport, it's a never-ending process. Even when you have that culture, it doesn't take much to lose that vibe. I guarantee you the Eagles are still driving home the fact that they need to secure wins or no game is out of reach, as they proved in the Rams game last week. They're a team that has a winning culture, but it's not a given, and it's not just there permanently now.
Well, I think you got to develop the process and develop a discipline, and then you get people believing in that, and then you have success, and then you build upon it, and then you start playing fearless football. You just go out without any fear and get things done.
All right, that music means
Yeah.
that the Barry
Music threw me
Alvarez show is coming up next. I am filling in for Jesse Nelson. Barry Alvarez talks all day.
Big night.
We'll all be at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. This is Jim
Thanks,
Matt
guys.
Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Best show ever!
Hi, this is Lee.